Hello, welcome to Ascension Arcana Tarot. This is Christine with a reading on the energy of the new moon in Virgo. This is a general reading, so as always, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I got a new tarot deck today. It's the Crow Tarot, and I'm totally loving it, so I'm going to start off with that one tonight. What do you want my viewers to know about the energy of the new moon in Virgo? I love new moons. They're, for me, in terms of like magic, I guess, the energy of the new moon is like the time when you plant the seeds, and then the full moon is the time when the seeds basically ripen and you harvest them. So this is a special time for like kind of setting your intentions or letting the universe know about anything new that you want to manifest. I knew that was going to come out. Awesome. We have the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Death card. So it's funny. I did that reading the other day on Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, and I've just been talking about the death energy is like so powerful, and it's not scary. It doesn't literally mean like a physical death, but it's that energy of a transformation. Like you can see that on this card, the crow's body has died, right? But its spirit is like lifting up. It's ascending into the next phase of its existence, right? But that's Pluto. It's the death energy. So I'm not really very surprised that that came out. The Eight of Cups is an energy of walking away from something that you have emotionally invested in. So that can be, I feel that as like a pretty sad energy, feeling kind of heavy. It feels like this is something romantic that you have invested in with the Two of Cups here. I'm like just getting familiar with this deck. I absolutely love this symbolism. One of my favorite things here is the lotus flower, and also these cups with like the water kind of pouring back and forth. Just that kind of give and take of the union energy. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning here. That's really what I'm feeling from this. And the Death is an ending. So it's interesting. It's like I'm getting an energy, and as always, take this if it resonates. If not, leave it behind. No harm done. It feels like an energy of someone who maybe wanted a new beginning in a relationship, and maybe the new beginning didn't happen, or maybe didn't happen the way that you wanted it to. And now it's feeling like there's an energy that it's like completely over, or you're having to like walk away from this situation. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate. So let's get some more cards. I think that's like the feelings that you're having right now is just kind of giving up. It feels like a big disappointment. So this could be a situation in a relationship where things were disappointing. Yeah, I felt that. That's funny. So we've got, I have to like really count because I don't recognize the pictures yet. We've got the Sun, we've got the Nine of Cups, and we've got the Six of Wands. Yeah, okay. I'm so glad that I said that. I feel at the bottom of the card we have the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. So I feel like this is how you are perceiving this situation. Like you wanted a new beginning in some form. So that could be literally like beginning a relationship with someone, or if you're already in a relationship, it could be like beginning something new with that person, or maybe moving to a new phase. So like I'm feeling called to say like maybe you were out with someone, or an anniversary passed and you like expected them to propose to you or something, and it didn't happen, right? So that would have been like a new phase of the relationship. And having it not happen, I think it's making anyone in this collective kind of wonder like, well, should I walk away from this? Is this like over? But I feel like this is the illusion. That's the feeling that you're having, but kind of the truth of it is when we look at it from the universe's perspective, we have the Sun, which is like one of the most joyful cards in the tarot. It's a card of freedom. It's a card of success. Like, I love the crow on the horse's back. Usually it's a little kid. It's cute that it's the crow with like this red banner of victory, right? Kind of flying in the breeze, just free. The Nine of Cups is having your wishes come true. So like, look at this cornucopia of like amazing things to eat that this crow gets to have, right? Like, he's going to be so satisfied and happy. And then the Six of Wands, is this guy here sort of being exalted that he has been successful, and all of his little crow buddies kind of like watching his glow up, basically watching his success. Yeah, I feel like in spiritual truth, the universe is working on things behind the scenes that you're just not aware of. So kind of take this how it resonates. If this is a romantic relationship situation for you, it's maybe either that this wasn't the right timing for this new beginning or this event. It could be that it's not the right person. Yeah, it could be that it's not the right person or the right situation. So I feel like even if there is some sadness here about change, it's like in the not too distant future, this is going to feel really joyful. I don't even feel like this is not the right person. As I was even saying that, I felt like that clingy energy in my heart, that was not resonating for me. So it really feels like this is like the timing is off. It feels like a timing issue, which is really interesting. In terms of like the new moon in Virgo is like a very precise sign. It's like, I feel like it's a sign that like not every Virgo is going to be like this, right? We're all like complicated beings who have a lot of things going on, but just to sort of make a broad generalization, a Virgo is someone who like is going to live off of like a planner or a calendar. They're the person who's going to show up either on time or 5 minutes early, right? Like, so it's interesting that it was come up to me as like a timing energy when we're in Virgo, which is like the opposite of that, right? A Virgo, I'm noticing, I don't know how to say this. I'm feeling the energy of like a pocket watch, and being like that precise. So this is really interesting. Yeah, it feels like you're holding on to some expectations here. Like you're expecting things to happen at a certain time or to look a certain way, and it just didn't turn out that way. And I think you're just feeling disappointed about it, and you're wondering if it's time to move on. And I feel like the universe is just showing so much joy here. And basically, like, you're in so much joy. Your wishes are coming true. This is like the ultimate divine partnership, right? That 10 of Cups that we have on the bottom of the deck. So let's get some advice. And we're totally going to keep using this deck because it's awesome. What advice do you have for my viewers who are in this collective, God, for the new moon in Virgo energy? I feel like this one is the Devil. Yeah, I feel like that's just that energy of like obsession and worrying and making mountains out of molehills, basically. Like, this kind of has a hold on you in a pretty significant way. This feeling of like, yeah, I really just feel like you're hanging on to like some attachment and control here. That things, it's that kind of that precision of the Virgo energy too. Like, things didn't happen the way that you expected them to, or that you wanted them to, or they didn't happen the way that feels like it would be right to you. Like, I don't know, like you went on your anniversary dinner or whatever, and you got, you went to your favorite restaurant and you had your favorite dessert, and like you expected there to be like a ring in the champagne glass or something, and you drained your glass and there was nothing there. It's like, you know, and that was like your ultimate hope of like what that would look like, right? Yeah, I'm totally feeling that. So now you're sort of almost like wondering if you just sort of trash the whole thing. And I don't, you know, do what you want here. My usual caveat, right? Like, I'm just reading the energy of the cards, but you know your unique situation and you have to make your own free will decisions. I can share that the energy of these cards is saying that there's like the energy here of success and joy and abundance and freedom is incredible. And it's not even necessarily talking about like a love energy here, but it's definitely talking about like a huge personal victory for you lies somewhere in this situation. So really kind of releasing any energy that you're having here around holding on to expectations of like how things should look, or holding on to control of how you like expect things or people to show up, like just really letting that go. I feel like what I'm drawn to in this card is the chain. And even like this little bird is trying to pull the chain off of the crow, right? Do you see that? I'm really drawn to that chain. Like, don't let yourself be chained by those expectations and by that control, that need to control. Like, just let it flow. What do we have here? These guys flew out. We have Justice and the Four of Pentacles. Let me feel that for a minute. That's an interesting energy. I feel like you're kind of holding on to a need to feel balanced here. It kind of feels like that control energy again. Like, it almost feels like a fear of change. The Justice card, you can see like the scales really in balance, and this guy kind of clutching onto his pentacles. So the pentacles for me here represents that feeling of like stability, of being grounded. It can be like earthly material resources, like a home, a job, your actual like physical finances, your money. So I'm wondering if there's a fear here that like, I'm really drawn to the crown as like an ascension or like a leveling up energy. This little crow kind of moving into its divinity or moving closer to its divine self. So I'm wondering if there's a part of you that's maybe holding on somewhere to like a fear of change, or you're feeling like if change happens, it will kind of knock you out of your safety, out of your stability. Like there's a fear energy here that's in play as well, and really kind of like clinging in fear to your stability and like not wanting change. I almost feel like if this resonates, I'm going to go back to my example of an engagement. I don't know why that keeps sticking out to me, but let's say that that's kind of what this new beginning was for you, right? The beginning of the next phase of your relationship was getting engaged. It's almost like a part of you would be holding on to a fear of the changes that would come if that engagement actually happened. So it's like one side of you really wants that to happen and has all these sort of heavy expectations and some like control energy there. And the other half of you feels like terrified of the change and being afraid that it will like knock things out of balance somehow. So it kind of feels like until you deal with these energies again with expectations, the control, and now we have this kind of fear showing up, until you deal with those, the universe can't even bring you this gift even if it wanted to, because what you're manifesting is not in alignment with like bringing in something joyful like that. So it feels like if this resonates for you, right? This is kind of where your inner work lies. And I also feel like getting clear, like being honest with yourself. If there are truly any hesitations or like issues or concerns that are coming up, be honest with yourself and maybe even speak with your partner about that too. It would be a good place to have a discussion with each other, right? I mean, you have to be able to talk about stuff like that if you want to have a healthy relationship. What other advice do you have for my viewers for the energy of this new moon in Virgo? We have the Four of Cups. That's interesting. I like that. In the traditional tarot, it's like a young boy or like a young man sitting by a tree, and he's actually ignoring the cup that's coming down from the heavens. I like that the crow is contemplating it. That feels like a different energy. That feels significant to me that I'm noticing this. So it's like there's somewhere in here, there's a huge gift for you from the universe. The Sun, the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Wands are some of the most like victorious cards and I don't know, like auspicious cards in the entire tarot. And to have them all together in a row like that is a big deal. I'm feeling called to say too, like, it's up to the universe how this energy shows up for you. So you don't get to decide that like, this is how it's going to happen, and this is who it's going to happen with, and this is what they're going to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And I'm seeing, like, I feel like it's resonating again with the energy of Virgo. Like, someone has this whole scenario, like, plotted out, right? I'm seeing, like, those charts, like a flow chart or like a web chart or whatever, right? Like, if this happens, then this, and if this, then this. And it's like all these branches, right, of like this sort of plan. But you don't get to decide that. Like, there's definitely a need here for surrender. And I feel like this is part of that, is like being willing to contemplate the gift that the universe is trying to give to you exactly as it is, without expectations, without holding on to control there, really being able to surrender and consider it like logically. Something that I love about crows is that they're really intelligent, right? They're really smart birds and they learn. And they also train people, which I think is really cute. But this crow is contemplating this gift, right? Being able to look at the gift that's here, even if it doesn't look the way that you wanted it to look. I feel like that's a huge message here. Is there anything else that you want to say to my viewers here? Really just being able to release expectations, release control, and the fear, like just to kind of sit with the fear, like consider what that will look like if this, this opportunity or change comes in. It's okay to just acknowledge that it feels a little scary and then kind of logically go through the places that feel scary and kind of figure out, is there a solution to them, or is there something here? The Page of Cups, that's really sweet. I love that card. It just feels like incoming sweetness. That's really all I'm getting for that. And again, that energy that this is a gift, like, I'm loving the cups in this deck, and it's not all of them, but both of these guys have glowing cups. Do you see that? It's like this beautiful golden energy inside the cup. Like, there's gifts here. There are gifts here. But you, like I said, you have to be willing to sort of release that control, those expectations, and that fear around. It's like releasing the shoulds. Whoever's in this collective has ideas of how this should go, and it just feels like it's not going to go that way, and that you're ready to kind of throw the whole thing away. But there's a gift here. And I feel like if you can work through this like should energy, you get this huge gift. It's like a major triumph for you. It feels really important. That's really powerful. I'm not sure. Actually, I feel like there might be one more message. What do you think, God? Is there one more message here? Yeah. The Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups. That's really sweet. Let me just feel that for a minute. I don't usually do 4 rows over here. It feels like moving forward with confidence and with passion. And with a lot of love. Like, this is what this feels like to me. And I'll go back to the engagement example. It's just what keeps popping into my head. So I feel like that's got to resonate for somebody who's going to listen to this reading at some point. So the Queen of Wands is like a boss energy. She is sunny. She's confident. She's outgoing. She's like a really beautiful energy. She's very powerful, and she's very like aware of her power. She like presents herself very powerfully. And then the Knight of Cups is like a really sweet love energy, an incoming love message. It's like a much softer energy. So while the Queen of Wands, I feel like this very like forward moving and dynamic and sort of expansive energy, the Knight of Cups just feels like this gentle, like flowing in. So I feel like from the engagement example, right? That might be devastating for you, and maybe it would kind of undermine some of your self-confidence. You might start to say like, well, am I not worthy? Am I not good enough? Like, why is this thing that I'm expecting not happening for me, right? So I feel like the advice here is to get into boss mode in like the best way possible, right? So being a boss does not mean making other people small. That is not the appropriate energy here. It means being in your own divine power, being optimistic, having faith, being confident. Almost like I've talked about this before recently in manifestation, that you align with the energy of like as if your manifestation has already successfully happened. So again, with my engagement example, like this would be aligning with the pure joy and love of like standing at the altar with your true love and saying, I do, right? So being in that kind of boss energy and really just glowing and shining your light, but doing it for yourself. So really just believing like that you are valuable and you are worthy. And that whatever is happening over here feels like such an illusion anyways to me. So it's either that you're kind of misreading the situation, maybe this is not the right person or situation for you, or the universe is totally up to something behind the scenes that you have like no idea what's going on. So this could be maybe your person's going to propose to you 3 months from now on like a hot air balloon, and it's going to blow you away like a million times more than, you know, the ring in the champagne glass or something, right? So just being able to move forward with a light, with like a brightness, with a power and a confidence, but to do it in like a really gentle and compassionate and loving way, feels like the advice here. So basically not taking it out on your partner for not doing what you wanted them to do. That kind of feels like the danger here. Just being able to kind of relax and soften your energy a little bit and know that you're worthy and that there are good things coming in, even though they might not look exactly the way that you wanted them to or the way that you expected them to. I'm gonna pull some Moonology cards. So I feel like in terms of like the moon energy here, the seeds that you're planting, it's more of like a releasing energy. I feel like if this was me, I would, it probably is me. I feel like this probably resonates for a lot of people. I would be planting seeds for this new moon of releasing that power, the kind of this power struggle, the control, releasing expectations big time. And either releasing this fear or being able to kind of compassionately sit with it. And kind of logic your way through it, right? And in terms of seeds that you're planting, I feel like it's this. Whatever this beautiful gift is with the Sun, the 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands, this is a gift for you. And I would be calling this in big time from the universe and saying, whatever this gift is here, like I choose for you to reveal that to me in like a really fun and obvious way. We have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra, and the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. I love that with the Justice card, and there's like the 2 sets of scales there. That's so funny because I was talking about this as like a new beginning in romance. So I feel like it's saying you are going to have your new beginning, even if it's not exactly showing up the way that you expected it to or wanted it to right now. It's coming. But kind of surrendering that control and just trusting the universe, that the universe is going to bring it to you in the most perfect way possible. The energy is gaining momentum. I love that. I mean, you're kind of moving from this energy here of feeling like you kind of want to like give up on this on a level. And then moving into this huge like success energy. Yes, like there's some change that's going to happen here. The Death card shows us that. And the Devil shows us that it will be deep. If you're kind of willing to go there within yourself and really be honest and look at these places in yourself that we've talked about in this reading, yes, I think you're going to do some good healing and have some nice forward movement. I love this energy for you at the end of the Queen of Wands and Knight of Cups. Like, I just feel you shining. The sun, there's like sun energy. There's a sun here. There's a sun here. There's a sunflowers, more sunflowers and a sun, kind of the glowing gold from these cups. Like, we have a couple of cards here with the crown over their head that I said is bringing to mind Ascension for me. We have 3 lions, which is bringing up some Leo energy, but it's that same kind of like sunny, fiery, bright energy. It just feels really nice. It feels like clarity. It feels like watching a campfire burn when the flames are just really bright and beautiful and like warm and kind of dancing. That's the energy that I'm feeling from you. It's really beautiful. So I hope that that is helpful if this resonates for you. Again, as always, use your own judgment and make your own decisions. There's some potentially amazing gifts here for whoever's in this collective. This is really lovely. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, as all of those things help me while I'm growing my channel. I hope that y'all have a wonderful new moon in Virgo, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.